Sure. And the way I talk about this with myself is that, and again, the realization that this is just for me. I mean, I think other people would agree with this is, but every success, literally every success that I've had in my life didn't teach me anything. It was a reward, a medal around the neck, a poster on the wall, a plaque, whatever. And that all felt good. I'm not saying that's wonderful. I didn't learn anything from it. What I learned is that the gifts are in all the failures, the things that we avoid. That's just me. I know everybody, other people know this, and it's counterintuitive, but it's not counterintuitive. It's because it's through failure that we're actually learning the very things that we need to carry us forward to get to what we want, which is absolutely true in an Ironman race. If you want to be exposed, do an Ironman race. It will expose every single weakness you have physically and mentally. It'll expose all of them, right? But you don't have to do an Ironman to find that, right? The military will expose your weaknesses, right? You don't have to join the Army or the Air Force or any other armed forces to do that, right? But if you'll do something that's beyond yourself, that's where you'll discover that pain is a gift, not a weakness, because it gives you those. So, how does that manifest itself in my life? It came. I'm going to manifest it the way I execute today, which is I like to ask myself, what are you willing to sacrifice, Scott, before I do something important? I mean, I ask this question every single day about multiple topics. Okay, if we're going to go do this, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah.
Right. And that's addressing the pain coefficient. Right. And, going back to the Ironman for just a moment, that was the voice that was constantly wrestling with me during the first month or so of training because I didn't tell anybody I signed up for it. And there was a reason behind it. I had so many broken promises before that. I didn't trust myself. And so it was the act of doing these baby steps, like you talk about, right? The 60%, whatever number you want to put on it, right? Is that I had to reprove to myself that I could trust myself again and do the workouts and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do the work, do the run at 6 o'clock at night when all I wanted to do was sit on the couch and relax. And so those were all the gifts that I gave to myself of experiencing that. I'm going to call it that psychological plane, the pain, the
Yeah.
discipline of making the hard decision and then executing it. But then on the flip side is the gift I would get when I would finish all that. We've all felt this before. You finish the run, you finish the walk, you finish the task, and you feel so fulfilled because you didn't break the promise to yourself. And if you stack enough of those on top of each other, right? That's where you rebuild the trust and that's where you experience it. Well, pain's not meant to harm me. What pain is really here for is to teach me the lessons I need so that I can become the person I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. And it sort of ties into my fourth leadership philosophy, which is challenge the road in front of you, get comfortable being uncomfortable, So
Yeah.
embracing the pain and uncomfortability to make progress.
And in the early stages, you don't even know what that means, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the early, embrace the, it just sounds so wonderful.
Yeah.
But in the early stages, that's what I encourage people to do is listen, lily pads, lily pads, lily pad, right? Like you started this out, one step after the
Yeah.
other. That's
Yeah.
all you need to know, you know?
And like you've talked about, it's different for everybody. Not everybody's pain or uncomfortability is going to be doing an Ironman. Maybe it is just walking a mile, or writing, a chapter of a book they want to do, something that's just moving them forward or challenging them in that area. It's,
I've got one for you that nobody
yeah,
wants to talk about. How about the pain of restoring a relationship with your spouse?
yeah, yeah,
Or a son or a daughter or a mom or a dad. I mean, there's a lot of that happening right now where my son said something the other day about everybody's just talking to everybody, and I said, so I'm going to rephrase that just a little bit. Everybody's talking to people.
yeah,
There's not any conversations though. Talking
yeah,
to people and having a conversation are two different things. We're
very,
having a conversation,
yeah,
right? And so, there are so many things beyond athletics that I think your audience and I have in my life have struggled with. And I've had to go back at different points in my life and readdress those and reconcile those. And I'm thankful that I did that.